Free shipping, free samples, free trials. The word free is one of the most powerful words in English. A siren song promising value without cost, benefit without sacrifice. When free moves from coffee samples to personal finance, its pull gets stronger for those building long-term wealth. A zero-fee index fund lands like a revelation. It suggests you can harness market power without a gatekeeper. It sounds like the ultimate financial hack, a way to keep every dollar of your returns working for you. It seems almost too good to be true. Time to look closer and ask tougher questions. A free lunch in investing warrants healthy skepticism. Before we can dissect the concept of a zero-fee fund, we must first establish a firm understanding of what an index fund is at its core. An index fund is a type of investment fund, like a mutual fund, or an exchange-traded fund. Its structure is elegantly simple. The fund holds a collection of many different stocks or bonds. Think of it as a large basket containing tiny pieces of many companies, stocks or bonds, not picked by a manager's hunch or predictions. Instead, the fund mirrors a specific market index. An index is a predefined list representing a slice of the market. The most famous example is the S&P 500. It comprises 500 of the largest U.S. companies. An S&P 500 fund buys those companies in their index weights. The goal is to match the index, not beat it. This passive approach defines index investing. To appreciate the appeal of a zero-fee fund, you must grasp the underestimated impact of fees over time. Fees pay for management and operations, shown as an annual expense ratio. It's a percentage skimmed yearly to cover costs. 0.50% on $10,000 is $50 a year. Seems trivial, but that's dangerously misleading. Costs compound, acting as a headwind year after year. Imagine $10,000 earning 7% before fees. With a 1% fee, your net is 6%. After 30 years, that's about $57,435. Now consider a low-cost index fund at 0.10%. Your net becomes 6.9%. That compounds to about $75,175. A tiny fee gap costs nearly $18,000. You effectively paid a third of potential profit to fees. That's why low-cost investing matters. Costs are the lever you control. 0.00% looks like the endgame of low cost. It appears to solve fees entirely. How can a firm run a complex product for free? Businesses still have payroll, tech, and regulation. The fund may have no management fee, but the company earns in other ways. The zero is real, Sterlines, and a signpost to costs elsewhere. Strategy 1. Use the fund as a loss leader. Draw clients in, then market other services. Advisory, active funds, proprietary lending. That's the profit. The bait is zero. The catch is upselling. Idle cash earns interest for the firm. You get a tiny slice. At scale, that spread can subsidize zero-fee funds. Behind the scenes, revenue engines hum. One big source is payment for order flow. Your trade doesn't always go to a public exchange. Brokers can sell orders to market makers for a fee. Market makers profit off tiny spreads at scale. For brokers, this helps fund zero. Critics warn of conflicts in order routing. Another subsidy is lending out fund holdings. Funds earn lending fees that offset costs, essential for zero fee. Some build self-index funds to skip index licensing. It can save money but reduce transparency and alter performance. Less history, different rules, potential deviation from the market. The promise of 0% is powerful, but it conceals trade-offs. The most critical, tracking difference, lag versus the index. Even at zero expense ratio, business mechanics can cause slippage. Lending revenue splits and cash management can create drag. Execution quality matters. Pennies add up over time. Saving basis points may be offset by inferior fills. Thinner margins can mean limited support and tools. Fine for basics, not for deep research or advice. Some funds are account only, making transfers harder. Smaller funds may have lower liquidity and wider spreads. These indirect costs are the real price of free. Weigh them against direct savings. Make the comparison explicit before you decide. Become a financial detective. Use a simple checklist to evaluate zero-fee funds. Verify the expense ratio in the official prospectus or summary. Check footnotes. Waivers can expire and fees can rise. Compare total return to the index over multiple horizons. Persistent underperformance is a red flag. It's a hidden cost. Read platform disclosures, order routing, lending, cash sweeps. Identify account-level fees that can erase savings. Prefer transparent, reputable indexes when possible. Match service level to your needs. Consider the whole ecosystem you'll need over time. Peel back the hype to find balance. Suitability depends on your circumstances, priorities, and sophistication. For cost-sensitive, DIY beginners with long horizons, it can shine. Basis points saved can compound meaningfully over time. If you don't need advice, no frills can be perfect. Especially if you already accept the platform's policies and routing. Free can nudge the first step into long-term investing. Do the homework, know how the broker makes money. With very large portfolios, execution quality can matter more than basis points. Paying a tiny fee for top-tier execution may be superior. If you value guidance and robust tools, zero-fee ecosystems may fall short. Choose the platform that matches your complexity. Zero-fee index funds are real. The 0.00% can be accurate, but there's no truly free lunch. Revenue comes via order flow, interest spreads, lending, and upselling. These are trade-offs, not villains by default. For disciplined, self-directed investors, zero fee can be efficient. Do the homework. Read, compare, investigate, and consider the full platform. Match product to service, performance, and flexibility. Zero fee can be smart if you know what you're getting and what you're giving up.